Ahoy Ye Swabs, Captain Jeff the Pirate here, at your service. And welcome to another episode of Captain Jeff Reviews and Questions Adventure Time. Today's episode, Joshua and Margaret Investigations. This episode, it opens at Finn and Jake's treehouse, where they be celebrating the birthday of good old Jake the dog. And he eats the cake in one... he just shovels the whole cake into his mouth by himself, so yeah. Thank you very much for sharing the cake there, Jake. So, Finn asks, "Hey, Jake, did your parents ever have any baby stories about you for your birthday?" So, Jake recalls a long time ago. And then we cut to the flashback. We see in the past, we see Margaret and Joshua, who are apparently some form of mystery investigators and monster fighters. So we now know kind of the origin of Finn and Jake's upbringing. We see Margaret is expecting her child fairly soon. So then Joshua, he be like, "Now, dear, we have to be making sure ye be safe because we about to be parents and we don't want anything to happen to our child." She says that she can still hold her own in a fight, but now Joshua's making sure that if she misses a punch, then she'll take one on the stomach and it could potentially hurt the kid. So Joshua's trying to be a good father and make sure that the wife and the child be safe for any possible future entanglements with the creatures. So then they check out the ticker tape machine to be figuring out what investigations they should be checking out next. When they find one. Well, Joshua finds one that might be safe enough for him and his wife and their future child. A mysterious creature be stealing pies from this woman who'll be living out in the middle of nowhere. So they go investigate, and we see past tree trunks, and we see her with a ring on on her limbs. She says that some creature be stealing her pies, and from the looks of it looks just like tennis shoe tracks on the ground. When we suddenly see it's her first husband, the very sad guy from the apple wedding that you saw a few episodes ago. He'd be the one stealing the apple pies. So they figure the mystery is over, the mystery. But she'd be like, "Nay, there be some creature running around. I've seen it." So as Joshua and Margaret are walking along, they find real footprints. So they follow it into the woods. Well, Joshua doesn't want to, but Margaret charges in, saying how she can still fight despite being with child. And then suddenly they find this really weird morphing creature thing that has like multiple eyes, and first it was an owl, and then it became it just be shape-shifting very oddly, very suspiciously. So they be fighting it, and it bites Joshua on the top of the head, and then it flees. Margaret takes him back to their investigation house, where he be recovering, and she says she will go out and find the poison to make an antivenom to help save Joshua, because now he's out of action. So she straps on her gear and goes off to fight the creature. She returns to the forest and finds it, and chases it into the remains of some old star, and there be toys and baby goods and like cribs and other stuff everywhere. So Margaret be wondering, "Are ye a baby also?" To which it kind of acts like one. So even though it was trying to attack her in many different forms, she was holding her own pretty good with a crossbow. But then she dropped it. But then she got in a lucky shot and had a whole avalanche of toys fall on the creature. So then she thinks that the creature is a baby, so she goes over to it and sucker punches the beast, and manages to get a few drops of the venom from its teeth, and then leaves. All the while yelling, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, come on, she just hit a baby, apparently. But then the creature suddenly disappears back into some other alternate dimension where it came from. Meanwhile, Joshua ain't doing too well. He be tearing up the room, and he be stumbling around, and he's starting to get this weird blue growth on top of his head. So then his wife comes back, and they be both are in pain. Joshua has his head pain, and Margaret has her abdominal pain. And all of a sudden, out from Joshua's head bursts a very tiny dog. And it says, "Hello, mother. Hello, father." It does a little song and dance and then falls asleep. And this be the origin of Jake. So then we see them walking along, both Jake and Jermaine in the crib. So, and Joshua points out, we each both had a baby. And now that I'll be wearing this hat so as to hide the bite mark from the creature. And they agree not to tell Jake about his origin. To which we cut back to the treehouse, and Finn and BMO be like, wait, they told you nothing? And Jake be like, that's right. They told me nothing. They just said I was born, and that's it. So apparently we just saw the whole adventure through Joshua and Margaret's eyes. The end. Now I liked this because we had seen in the past the questioning of Jake's powers, but and we also did see one instance of his brother Jermaine, and we have seen multiple instances of Finn and Jake's parents. So this is great. It showed a little light on the situation. So apparently, Jake comes not from his mother, so he only inherited the traits from his father and the creature that bit him. And that's how he's able to do all the stretchy whatnot. Yeah, so I thought this was a fairly interesting episode. It made pretty good. I like, we've been getting side stories from all the other characters for a good while now, so this would be good that we actually had a story that, well, it wasn't directly the focus of Jake. It'd be telling his origin with his parents, and the parents of Finn and Jake. And it'd be fairly interesting. It's showing what they've been doing and how Finn and Jake showed the environment they were brought up in and why they want to be adventurers. So I liked it. I thought it was really good. So I'd be given for Joshua and Margaret investigations. It'd be like they'd be like detectives. They'd be monster hunters. It's very interesting origin. I'd be giving the episode a 1.5 thumbs up. Yeah, so I wouldn't exactly call it the best episode ever. I mean, it was really good, and the only thing I'd be wondering is, what was that creature? Where did it come from? And go? And, well, I think it was kind of interesting, like, if we were Finn or BMO, we would have been in the same boat as they were. We wouldn't know anything. So basically this episode was just for our benefit, for us, the viewers. So I can appreciate that. But still, now that Joshua's gone, only Margaret would be the only one who will be knowing the truth about Jake's origin. So, them's the breaks. But like I said, it was good. So check it out. It's very funny, and I just like the way it was very good origin story for Jake. So until next time. This be Captain Jeff, reviewing and questioning Adventure Time, saying thank you for watching and arr. Have a nice day.